What is up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of George Reviews. I am the 80s Transformer fan, and today on George Reviews, I'll be taking a look at another Master of the Universe Origin figures. Yeah, and I know everybody who's watching my reviews, I said I'm not going to collect this line. This is my last guy. It really is. I always had a soft spot for Faker. Always thought he was a great figure. I'll get into that. But here's Faker in his Master Universe Origins packaging. And it's called Master Universe Origins, but you can't find Origins on the package anywhere. It says new for 2021 Master Universe Faker Evil Robot of Skeletor, modern posing, retro plate right there. You got Mattel down here. And here's Faker in a bubble. This package design is to mirror the vintage package. He even comes with the mini comic in the background. Spinning it around to the back of the packaging. It's styled just like the vintage. You get the artwork at the top. You have Faker lurking in the shadows and jumping out. That's pretty cool. He actually kind of looks like Prince Adam with the tassels on his shoulders. Looks like Prince Adam vest. And back here, this figure has been out for a while now. You can see his version of Battle Cat, which now we know we're getting. I think it's the PowerCon exclusive, or just a 2-pack. Him in a 2-pack. I can't remember right now. And he's jumping out at Ram Man and Manny Faces. It says it includes comic book, and at the top it says the robotic replica Faker lures the heroes of Eternia into deadly traps. And they're like 2-on-1. I don't know, he might be in trouble. And it shows the features you can pull off, the other figures in the wave. And let's get this guy open. Yeah, he's one of the guys. I don't see him a lot in stores. Matter of fact, I think I've seen him 3 times, and I finally picked him up the 3rd time. He is not warming pegs, because I always thought this guy was just so cool. Like, and a lot of people like try to poke fun at the reason why he's blue and who is he fooling on Eternia. But to me, when they use, because now they start to use a He-Man repaint, just like with different eyes or something, like with the robotic like white eyes. But the blue skin, it has always intrigued me. I always thought making him blue like Skeletor was a great choice, especially as a kid, and I still do. That's why I bought this figure. I really was done with this line and saw this guy, and I had to grab Faker. I passed him up a couple times because I was trying not to collect this line and go deep, and I told myself if I grabbed this guy, I was going to keep collecting. So I saw him for a 3rd time, and I just grabbed him. But I'll get more into that in one sec. Let's take a look at this mini comic. What he comes with. Comes with this little instructional sheet that breaks down the parts that you can take off Faker. Head's removable, arms removable, he's removable at the waist, his fists or hands are removable at the wrist, and his boots are removable at the boot cut. That's it for that. Alright, let's take a look at the mini comic real quick. Here is Fisto picking up some look like shards of red metal out of like a broken piece of wood or something. It says Sucker Punch right here. Faker about to knock the out of Fisto, and oddly enough, Fisto doesn't have his hand covered in the giant metal fist, and I'm guessing it now they make it where it like comes out of the gauntlet and covers his hand, sort of like Tony Stark's armor, which is cool. That's just my guess. Taking a look at the first page, I'm just gonna thumb through it real quick. Fisto traveling through the forest, I guess, comes across some type of creature. Runs and some boulders flying at him, and then all of a sudden it is the land shark piloted by Faker, and Fisto knocks the hell out of the land shark. Those are the sharks from the cover. Knocks the teeth out of the land shark. There's the payoff from the cover. Hits him with a piece of wood. Turning the page, Fisto is in jail, bounces off the door. Faker comes in, confronts him. They get into it one more time. He puts him down again. Told him stay down, dog, and laughs on the way out. Then boom, Fisto hits him so hard he turns back into blue. I guess the illusion is broken or whatever. That is such a cool concept. To when he takes damage, he turns back blue. That is cool. To incorporate the reason why he would be blue and the reason why he would have the same skin tone as He-Man. See a little bit of Snake Mountain. We see Faker laid out. Merman, Evelyn standing over, and Skeletor comes in, and he has a whole army of Fakers, which is pretty cool and exciting. Now they're going to have everybody trying to army build Faker. And that is it. Show the figures that are on the back of the package and the figures you can collect in this wave, new for 2021. So let's get to Faker. Let me get his weapons out. Oh, weapons. He only comes with his version of the power sword. Recent incarnations of Faker had me thinking maybe he come with the shield, and he has a full power sword. Gotta love that. And I love orange. I love this little orange plastic. Orange is my favorite color. This is very, very cool. Oh, let's take a look at Faker. And I'm happy that he's wearing the vintage style He-Man head, so you don't have to get another Faker to get the vintage style He-Man head instead of the first head that He-Man was released with in the Origins line. Turn him around. He's all blue plastic like Skeletor. He's wearing the purple Skeletor trunks, purple Skeletor boots, the black belt and bracers, a la Skeletor. What Skeletor bracers? Black. I don't know. I have to check that out. And the Skeletor armor, the bat armor, the orange. And again, like I said, I love this look as a kid. And they could have just did the standard He-Man skin tone for this guy, and like now they white out the eyes so you know he's a robot, but this just works so much better, and it allows you to use your imagination, because some people, like adults, will troll the whole thing now, like he's walking around with blue skin, they don't know, but you had to use your imagination. But as the toy, when you pulled out your toy, you instantly knew, oh, this is Faker, because he was blue. I mean, I thought it was just great. I thought it was genius. This is why he didn't even get that much screen time. I think he was on one episode. He wasn't even blue on one episode, but he's still like a must-have guy. There are like 4 must-have figures that always sell out when they make any Master of the Universe line. That's Faker, the Sorceress, Scareglow, and Fisto. For whatever reason, those guys fly off the shelf, and he's one of those 4 guys that everybody must have, even though the people try to poke fun at him. He didn't have much screen time. He was never blue on screen, but this still just so iconic for that reason. So anyway, stop yapping, take a look at his articulate, get a close look at his face, and I'm going to compare him with the Origins He-Man with the same head in 1 second. And he has black eyes, black eyebrows, the little white teeth in his mouth. Different color orange here. I don't know exactly what to call this color orange, but it looks good to me. The orange armor looks great. Underneath the armor, you can see the sticker already. When we come to that, when I break them down, and the boots. So let's do articulation. Standard stuff on this figure. Head spins around. It detaches. Boom. Large peg right there. And little head back on. You can look down this much. Look up that much. Not a whole lot. And get some side to side. Arm with 360 on that joint. And we can pull that arm out. Bam. There is the joint in there. Snap pretty good. Arm back in. Has the hinge right there to get it out that far. No bicep swivel, but he has the elbow bend right there. Hand 360. Hand detaches. We saw that. And he doesn't have interchangeable hands, which would have been cool. But I guess there are more versions to come. We already know what the one that comes with his cat. I don't know what his cat is called, but fake cat. I don't know. Full 360 at the waist. Full separation at the waist. Coming down to his thighs. Not a whole lot of in and out for these guys, because of the way their little stubby legs are made. Not a whole lot of front to back. That's what it was. I remember now. Not a whole lot of front to back. Can't really do the hurdle. Wee! Coming to his knee joint. Never like the knee joints on these guys. And you can't lift it up that much to the front. It's just like really stubby with the legs. And that's the knee joint right there. Boot cut. I'm going to break it at the ankle. There we go. That was really tight. And I kind of like stretched it a little bit. Man, that is really tight. And his ankle, front to back, and it rocks a little bit for us. So we can widen his stance when he's sitting down on a shelf or on a table or action or play. And now his version of the power sword. And man, it looks great. Got a little speckle. I think that's inside the plastic on mine. Right there. Let's get it in his hand. Oh yeah, that looks great. Full power swords are much better than half power swords any day. Come on, hero. I'm going to go ahead and bring out Master of the Universe Origins He-Man. This is the first release, but he's wearing the head from the Battle Armor Deluxe pack. Check these guys out. And this is the more resemble the vintage head. So they're basically wearing the same head, just a repaint. And again, like I said, it's so much cooler that they put him in the Skeletor armor, the original ideal, and still to this day, than the He-Man harness. I don't know why it's cooler, but it is cooler. So these are these two guys side by side. And I mentioned he has the full power sword. And it's been done a couple times. Like, to my knowledge, I know it came with Keldor. I have Keldor's full power sword. This is the half. You meant to merge it in the original storyline, toy line with Skeletor's half. To complete the power sword. But that is the difference in the sword. And I'm going to get him out here next to Skeletor. Here is Skeletor. You can see the similarities in the armor, paint job. Oh, they got different feet because he's wearing boots. Skeletor has demon feet. And I don't know why I thought Skeletor had purple trunks, but guess not. And they gave you a full sword? Nah! I forgot to talk about the fact that his armor comes off. Let's do that right now. I don't think you have to pull the whole thing off. Or maybe you do. Alright, let's take this part out. Alright. And underneath his armor, it reveals the circuitry. This is so dated now, but it's so cool. Like the memory tapes. It would turn. And it is painted on to the body. It is not a sticker. Looks very cool. And I didn't even look at the body. Man, the He-Man figures is always so ripped. Always love that about these guys. In my videos, I do what's called a size up and rundown. It's a portion of the video where I do a comparison so you can see the scale of the figure versus other toy lines. And here he is next to Super 7's Master of the Universe Classics Ultimate Faker. And this is just a gorgeous, gorgeous figure. You can see he's a lot taller from the Classics line. This is my favorite Master of the Universe line. I don't think he could ever be topped. I thought maybe the new Multiverse would kind of compete with it, but nah. Nah. These guys side by side. And this Faker also wields the full power sword. And now I want to bring him out next to another Super 7. This Faker is same buck body on him basically, but this is from, if you don't know, this is from their version of the Filmation line, and he is supposed to look like he looks in the cartoon. So basically, he's just a He-Man with robotic type eyes. No sticker on the chest, no other difference than just the robotic type eyes. And these eyes actually glow in dark. It was really cool. Put next to him, and you can see it's cool to have the cartoon version because in the new Master Universe Multiverse line, they're coming out with a Faker if he's not out already, where he is just a He-Man figure with like damaged skin where you can see the robotic skeleton underneath. Now that's cool, you can see the robotic skeleton, but I do hope they just make a blue one just because, even though he's not blue in the animation, I know. But just make a blue one just because, I will buy it. Alright, continuing the size up and run down, here he is next to Marvel Legends Wolverine. I smell a fake. Here he is next to Marvel Legends Red Hulk. I smell 2 fakes. Here he is next to Transformers Generation 1 Yellow Devastator. I smell, okay, that one's a variant. It's not a fake. And last one, here he is next to Mattel's Jumbo Vintage He-Man. So everybody, to close out this toy review, I really like this figure. I've always liked Faker. It's the standard buck, same thing we've seen throughout the Origins line. It's a blue He-Man with Skeletor armor. But Faker's always iconic, always cool. Like I mentioned, one of the top 4 people that most people go crazy after when they come out with it in any incarnation of Master of the Universe line. And with that, it's probably my last review and last toy I'll be getting from this line. If you see him in stores, you should definitely pick him up because I don't see him a lot. He's definitely not a hanger like some of the other figures. So with that, that's all I got. I want to thank everybody for joining me for another episode of George Reviews. The reviews where every toy has a story.